چطورید بچه‌ها؟ بخورمتون. اومدیم گیم پنجم، آخرین گیم. نتیجه مشخص میکنه که آقا این $1,000,000 نصیب کی میشه؟ نصیب چینیای آره یا نصیب بچهای جیجی میشه. دوتا گیم اولی و جیجی خیلی خوب پلی داد، یعنی تجاوز کرد بهشون، ولی بعدش کامبک خوردن. دوتا گیم بعدی و از اورایی خیلی خوب پلی داد. یعنی اینجوری بود که گیم اول رو میدیدی گفتی داداش اینا 3-0 میزنن تموم میکنن داستان. گیم سوم به بعد داستان تغییر کرد. الان گیم چهارم که مچ قبلی بود یک کامبک زدن که پشمای من فر خورد. اینم گیم پنجمه. ببینیم گیم پنجم به کجا میرسونه. لایک و کامنت و سابسکرایب هم یادتون نره بچه‌ها. بخورمتون. چکریم. لطف میکنید اگه از ما حمایت کنید.
You get the overcharge. I feel like it would fit into Gaiman's flair, you know, if they want to bust out or cook something new, you know, unless they just want to go with their CM for Celery, Pango later for Quinn, so we'll have to see.
آره دیگه مچهای قبلی اگه مثلا میدیدید میفهمیدید. الان کوین که از 4 تا گیم قبلی 3 تاش پنگولیر دست کوین بود. بیا از 5 تا گیم که پلی دادن 4 تاشو کوین پنگولیر داره. بلاکسیکر هم یا بم میکنن یا اینو پنگولیر رو نگه میدارن. اینکه 4 رو میکشن که کری یا باید میدلینتون یا باید بلاکسیکر بردارید یا هم بم میکنن. اینجوریه داستانش. من نمیدونم چرا پنگولی رو بند نمیکنن. من چه قبلی هم پنگولی رو دادم بهش ولی زدن گیمو. ولی اون دوتا مچ اولی که پلی دادن جفتشون رو با پنگولیر تو میت خوردن. خیلی ریسکه. نباید این کارو میکردم. چون پنگولیه رو خیلی خوب پلی میکنه. الان سلری هم همون ترکیب سم رو کشیدن. این ترکیب خیلی سم بود. ترکیب سم کمبوی مچ فکر کنم سومشون بود. مچ سوم همینجوری زدن تجاوز کردن به گیمینگ لابی. الان فکر کنم سی ام میکشن اون طرف سلری. سلری هم داره 4 تا مچ داره چیز پلی میده، سی ام پلی میده. سلری فیسلس بود. فیس کشیدن. جالبه. چی میخوایم بکشی شما؟ پوز 4 یا پوز 3 که حالا فیس کشیدیم. $1,000,000 بسته شده به این مچ آقا. مسخره بازی در نمیاد. $1,000,000.
It is a secondary jump hero to go on this Phoenix, to go on the Shadow Demon. The primary thing about Shadow Demon is you have to control this hero. You have to get on top of this hero. And Faceless Void is one of the better carries in Dota that can do it.
Also, there isn't too much burst damage, which I feel like is the one downfall of Void. You know, SC, low damage. Same with Phoenix, takes a long time. Can time walk in and out. And yeah, I feel this was a crucial pick. And this is the beauty of like BO5s and long tournaments. You're gonna see these mind games and kind of specific things come out because yeah, they needed to steal the Faceless Void exactly on the spot.
جویرو خیلی دمیج سنگینی داره. به عنوان سپورت ماجیکال دمیج خیلی سنگینی داره. پیچ خوبیه. اینم 100% میدن دست توفو که کرم بریزه دیگه.
I'm just gonna say about this Faceless Void pick is I like it for what Gaiman's doing, but
it's
not very good versus Centaur in terms of the laning state, and it's not very good versus Naga in terms of the game itself. The only answer they really have to Naga right now is Quinn's Pango, and I guess I just feel like Azure has a lot in the tank. Like they don't necessarily have burst damage, but they have ways of drawing out fights. They have ways of kiting you back. Disengaging and re-engaging. They're definitely going to pick some mobile hero in the mid lane for XM.
آخرین مچ ناگا رو می‌بینیم ببین چیکار می‌کنن با ناگا.
For getting all of the kills that you want and then you put Naga in the equation. I think there's a lot of weight on Ace's shoulders in this last pick to create like map pressure in some way. Like an Underlord would have been great. Sand King I actually would love to see. It's a hero that's kind of crept up in win rate because of the Veil. These are great options against the Naga because you have to shut her down on the map.
I mean, I love this Naga pick. Like Naga versus Void. Naga also in decisive games. I feel like she always comes back. She's so annoying to play against. If they can cover it nicely, I think Gaiman need to be looking at a hero like you mentioned the Sand King. I think other ones that come to mind. Timber, okay, already banned. I think Dark's here, perhaps like a pipe wire that helps your map, also shells up your Pango, shells up your Void. Could be
پاکم
very
بند
scary.
کردم.
And at the same time, Azure, they need a hero
مچ
that will
قبلی
like, abuse
با
this
پاک
map play, right?
تجاوز
Naga will push
کرده
out the
بودم
waves. You
بهشون.
need another jumper, for
به
example.
کوین یه
Like you
تجاوزی
said,
کرد
Naga
با
in
پاک.
decisive games, she makes these games so hard because she plays the entire map. She's always split pushing these lanes. She's farming everything, and once all the lanes are
ولی
pushed
اون
out on
مچ
the enemy
نیش
side, it makes
سوکس
it
گم
harder for
داشتم
your team
نیش
to go out and smoke and find these plays that you need to do to win the game. Outside of
میکس
that, you have the
سوسکی رو
Song of the
داشتم
Sirens
مچ
disengage
قبلی
from the Chronosphere,
خیلی خوب
and
بود.
Naga's a great hero versus
کمبو
both
کرده
Grimstroke
بودن جر
and
میداد. ببین مید
Gyrocopter. These
لینا رو
supports
دارم
do
بند
not
میکنه
threaten
از
Naga
ترس
at
از
all
ترس
in that
چون
mid game.
اتک
How
کسکم.
crazy would Ember Spirit be here? I know we haven't seen it yet, but it's a decent Storm Spirit replacement.
ولی قشنگ اون طرف داره
Given
میده
heroes
دیگه
thus
میده
far.
دستشو
I'm just thinking of like some
پیکاشونو
mobile
داره
guy
میده.
that's going to enable
این
these the Shadow Demon
چنگولیه
and the
رو
Phoenix.
بند میکرده
Talk
چیز
to what you were
زایه
talking about
است.
earlier, Mira.
پنگولیه رو بند کنید
I
آقا.
don't hate the idea. I only worry about the Inkswell on top of the Phantom's
مگنوس هم
Embrace
که
for something
تو
like an
هر
Ember Spirit. It's always been
تو
hard for
همه
Ember Spirit
پنج
to
تا
play
گیم
into
مگنوس
Grimstroke.
من بود.
+1, not by itself.
مگنوس
Ember,
انچنترس
if you really feel
چن
it, you can make it work.
ولی
They're
اشتاک
still,
تو
I mean,
همه
I'm
مچا
probably a bit
بند.
biased about this combo with
اشتاک
Naga,
هم
DK.
جز
You are playing
هیروهاییه
into
که
a lot of magical damage. I do understand that. They will ban on
هم
the
خود
Sand King. Nice call, Brian.
کوین پلی
But
میده هم
overall,
تو
like, I think DK could work because you have a lot of people
میدلینر
behind you. Like
ازوری
Storm, the
پلی
later
میده.
with the shard, it's very good for high HP heroes. You have the Sun
پیک
Red as well.
پنجم
You have
چی
the
الان
disruptions.
سنکینگ هم بند
We'll have to
کردن
see
که
what
ناگا رو
XM is cooking
کانتر
here.
نکنه چون آفلینشون
What
مونده
about Wind
هنوز.
Ranger? It feels like a relatively safe pick outside of potentially getting chronoed as the game progresses.
5 seconds
چی
remaining.
میتونن
It would give
بکشن
them the
که
damage
کانکا
that they
رو
are lacking. I
ناگا رو
think Naga,
کانتر
even
کنه.
though
کانکا
she's
چیه
going to
ناگا رو
kite the fight
کانتر
out
کنه.
for you, you do need somebody to eventually finish off these targets, and that would be a good
مچ
option.
پنجم دارم
And
میبینم
another option is Queen of Pain, but it didn't look so
مغزم
hot when
داره
they ran
عیب
that Queen
میکنه
of
کم
Pain
Did
کم.
not.
into the Pangolier.
I could see, maybe I'm thinking too defensive, like somehow DKs and Kunkkas are coming to my mind. Maybe they need this like more
راست میگه
like
کانکا هم
snappy
خوبه.
type of jump, but I can't really see it.
کانکا
Well,
هم
they've
خوبه
got a
برام.
full minute
آفلین
to
جلو
think
ناگا.
about what they want
بذار
to do
ببینیم
here. I
چی
mean,
میخوام
this is
بکشم
something
برای
that I
میدلین
would
جلو
imagine a lot of
پنگول.
teams have struggled with. What are you going to play mid against Pango? And then that also needs to
Gaming
fit
gladiators
into the rest of your
turn
draft.
اوه
First
اوه
timer.
اودی کشیدن آجی بنازم عجب مچی بشه این مچ.
Okay, so talk to me about this. Obviously, it gives a save in the Chronosphere if you're not chronoed yourself. They now have 2
آره.
saves,
3 saves.
3 saves. Yeah, that is actually a lot
If
of
Phoenix
saves.
goes Ags and Centaur goes Ags, they have
5 saves. Do we like this?
راست میگه شادو دیمه میتونه توی کورنر فیس سیو بده. اودی میتونه بعد سنتارم میتونه. سنتار چیز داره چی میگم آقانیمش دیدید دیگه گاریه. فونیکس هم ایگ داره برای این کار. نمیدونم میتونه با ایگ سیو بده از تو کورنر یا نه.
If you think about it, it's all the melee guys that go like Vanguard or Veil, and they just want to tank up. And OD's a hero that you just can't tank up against. There's no such thing as surviving the damage of his right clicks.
That's actually a great point. That's probably what they were thinking about here because they did want a ranged mid laner to take advantage of the defensive capabilities of its supports. But now that you put it in that kind of phrasing, it does make a lot of sense. The thing about OD is such a 50-50 hero, even in
به خاطر
games that
پوش
have
دادنش
looked like great
کشیدن
OD
یا
games in these last few
آقانیمش.
months, that hero has looked
جلو
appalling.
ناگا
It's
شاید به
just
خاطر
make or break. You
آقانیمش.
have to be
ها
able to play around this OD. You have
بذار
to be
ببینیم
able
چی
to
کار میخواد
respond to
بکنه
the
باش.
aggression that comes to this OD. And if you can protect it for long enough to get strong, it does look like a very good hero.
But that's an overall Beastmaster pick coming out for Ace. Brian, that's one of Ace's best heroes.
It creates the map pressure I was hoping for, but they do have the, like a lot of Beastmaster is using his boars and hawks as like a deterrent that you have to walk through with the slows and the roots. And the Centaur ulti allows them on the side of Azure, I think, to penetrate these defenses. And the Chronosphere punish might be enough, but I'm just really thinking that there might be this point in the game where Azure is so tanky that even the Chronosphere is not going to be enough to dissuade them.
I feel like these mid-game fights are going to be super crucial because Azure's lineup will break the moment one of their defensive or supportive heroes die. So if gaming can get to that stage nicely, I think they will be okay.
I mean, I think that both teams have drafts that could work. They're both very interesting. I think the Beastmaster coming out last is very interesting because I feel like that hero did get a lot weaker, but there are a lot of versatile builds that he can go for in a game like this. And he benefits from brawling with heroes like Pango and Grimstroke very early on too. But there's also still the question of this Naga Siren. This Naga Siren looks so good still. So who knows what's going to happen. May the best team win.
May the best team win. My Tech Arena, if you have any energy left at the moment. This is the time to show it, because we're heading into Game 5 of this grand finals. Let me hear you one more time for Cap and
دوستان آقا دست بزنید درسته مچ پنجم به گاه رفتیم ولی آره هنوز انرژی داریم ما.
A very fun game to cast, because on one side we have Gaming Gladiators who, you know, they've got 6 victories in grand finals. They're looking for a 7th. They've been here before in games 5s, in fact twice so far this season, right Avery?
Yeah, and it worked out for them in most of those situations. So just when you think you have them,
خب جفتشون اسموک زدم و کله رفتم بریم ببینیم چی میشه.
and they are this time the ones going for the faceless void in the hands of Dyrachio, a hero that proved very successful for low earlier, whereas Azure, I mean, Outworld Devour, however you want to name this hero, he is a bold pick in any meta, as it is not a hero that has been super successful outside of the hands of very specific players like Somnus the TI, or some of the old D players of old, but XM is going to try his hands on it here. And this is, it's like a draft where if you fall behind, this Beastmaster is just going to run you down, because the thing you have in spades on this Azure lineup is safe. All 5 of these heroes have a save mechanism. You have Phoenix Sunray plus an Ag Zag, you have Shadow Demon Disruption, you have Stampede, you have OD Astral, and you have Naga Song. All 5 of these heroes can in theory bail out somebody else, but a lot of times that's where heroes like Beastmaster shine, because, okay, you can displace a roar, but the hero just keeps running at you. And this is a beast that's designed to probably get the drum going with that Ags, just push you down, perhaps with Helm, the Dominator. We'll see what Ace opts for here, but if he gets to both, he's just going to be a menace, right? Because, okay, you save somebody, they come out of the save, the beast is still there with Zora, still right-clicking you, still dealing the damage. That's why I think this pick really thrives for Gaiman on this last slot, and of course they can up the tempo. This lineup could be another lineup that's slow for Azure, though we did see them play pretty well around the Phoenix Shadow Demon earlier, so in their comfort.
Jinx2 going to be slowed down. Blood Grenade, the first one coming out, but not enough to get the kill. So a little bit of resources lost. And Azure managed to get 3 bounty runes in that trade-off. Though a ward was found by Gaming Gladiators, so it feels...
Can't TP.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he can kill it though.
This is kill the sentry.
Then TP
out.
Yeah, okay, that'll play. Would have been game-winning if he actually caught it. Yeah, I guess that's pretty difficult.
اینجا نگهش میداشت قشنگ.
Wise decision. And it'll put XXS in a 1v2 for the start of the lane. Not ideal, but
Game
too much regen burn here. An okay outcome.
Gyrocopter's a great hero to take advantage of those 1v2s as well. Disruption into Stomp, though, is going to be really dangerous as he tries to get aggressive. He's going to find that rocket barrage. All the damage gets soaked up by the illusions. Dyrachio doing a good job though, taking from Jinx2 and keeping up the damage. He's also taking a bit in return though, and XXS.
You have a salve on the Shadow Demon, so I think Azure happy with that trade, particularly if XXS is the one who gets his HP non-removed, right? He just gets to bully Dyrachio now. Anytime you can bully the Gyrocopter on early waves, you're happy about it.
Yeah, if you have that sort of advantage, Centaur's a great hero to take all the CS in the lane, right?
And Gyro's generally a support who kind of wants to outtrade you so that he can go and
این بار داره به چیز گیر
If you're low, it's a lot harder to do that. Early win here for Azure, and I'm particularly interested in this mid lane. I think this is a very weird matchup. I think it is a matchup that eventually goes OD's way. So I expect XM to pull ahead on these waves, particularly if he can get some of these Astrals into the range creep denies. That's what you're looking for. But level 5 is a big deal for this hero. You're either going 3 into Orb or you're going 3 into Astral, but it's one of the two. If you're going in the Astral, you need to win the lane harder. If you're going into the Orb, you just want to harass him. I think most OD players day and age are just going the 1-3-1.
اودیو کشید بیرون گفت داره ساره.
That was Zeller. How did he get
خب
caught
فرستادا رو گرفتم. بنازم.
Fair misstep from him. I feel like he's incredibly stable laner.
And Tianming, who was getting outplayed by Tofu in the previous lanes, is once again attempting a kill, but he will not be diving into the tower this time.
So once more, this Shadow Demon Phoenix support duo that we've seen out of Azure that I feel like
مچ قبلی بود فکر کنم. تو مثل خر زیر تاور مرد.
And on the safe lane, it's really valuable because you're playing with a Naga.
چیز برداشته بود.
You're winning the Naga lane. You're happy.
This is a big win for him if he could take away that sentry, but Tofu does manage to get it in time. They replace the sentry though. They really want to make sure they don't give control of the equilibrium over to Gaming Gladiators.
So far, this has been Azure's best start to a laning phase. Honestly, they are doing very well right here on the CS board and network chart. The supports are pulling out the supports. The biggest thing about this, though, is going to be how much gold does Ace get in like the first 15 minutes of the game, right? Because you have to start thinking they're going to stack these ancients for him. In fact, Ace does it for himself a lot of times on this hero, and he's already got an ancient stack up. Got another large camp stack already brewing. This is where the Beastmaster is going to accelerate. So if your lanes go well, you can invade that jungle area potentially. Maybe steal some of it with like the Naga Phoenix. If you're having a really good game here, I doubt that's going to be on the table, but it's something you want to think about here in terms of potentially blocking those camps up.
One thing that's going to be very different about this game is we talked about in Game 3 and Game 4.
دو تا یونیت اونجا دینا کرد چیز کرد. ببین اینجوری اوسله میکنن 5 تا. اودی هم خیلی روی قویه ها.
It's a lot slower hero. You're generally only going to get kills when Eclipse is okay for ganking and killing in early game. It's not the powerhouse spell it used to be in terms of late game, right? It just doesn't deal nearly the same amount of damage. You have like a mana allergy thing that's kind of cool, but honestly it's not that impactful. They picked this hero for the Astrals, and they picked him for the Sage, enabling the other cores. And it's like a pick off hero in terms of not pushing the lanes in. Maybe you can set stuff up at first hero, and then you push more lanes in, right? So the Naga can enable the OD slow tempo here. You just can't get run over. And that is where I go back to the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster can set that tempo in this game against these slower cores. Ace is just going to have a free fall, right? Because the second your Eclipse is down, the second your Egg is down, are you taking the fights into with all his summons and having a great game? Probably not.
Lots of stacks going on.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a huge triangle for game, and they can cure it as the game progresses, but... Well, lanes still going pretty solid for Azure, particularly XXS, who has a very early helmet.
دوباره کشتن چیزو سلری ای وای سلری رو فلش کردن آجی اینجا رو ببین نتونست استک کنه نرسید حواسش پرت شد نتونست
What looks like another fast Veil into Shiva's Blink build, right? Like, what's stopping you here? The attack speed so is great this game.
قشنگ کوینو چه کنم گو خوردم و این نقطه ها اوردی
stick around for that power rune that's coming up. Ace looks like he was trying to hunt down the Phoenix. Not good enough though.
We are seeing Celery make that rotation in the mid, set the wards up for the later fight.
Going for the kill here.
This is aggressive.
Illusions get cleared out pretty quickly, but the fire spirits are landing for.
چقدر اذیت این ای وای ای وای اونم کشت
When you need supports to show up, game 5 of a grand final is not a bad time to do it.
Oh yeah, I love the ego coming in. He knows. He just outplayed the hell out of Gaming Gladiators. And Quinn now on the run here. A little bit awkward for him. Placed the ward in order to get.
پاره کرد ای وای تو چجوری داج زدونو دهن تو چرا اولتی اونجوری زدی قرار بزنی تو لول 2 میزدی
Maybe not, but Quinn's not level 6, so you would have to deal with the mana allergy there off the swashbuckle. It was gonna be close, but that's a tough miss. You really want to make that spell count like the first 20 minutes.
Especially since you used a ward for it. Now it looks like they may get a kill for it still. No, Celery had some plenty of charges.
Still, I think Azure are okay trading this out because you ideally want the Pango getting the better exchange in these types of skirmishes, right? That's where you can abuse the OD early. He's a bit of a slower hero, so you're going to even an outworld devour me.
اودی
Probably okay. I keep saying devour. That's not my fault that Valve changed his name.
شکنجه میکنم که این اول دوم اینجوری نبود الان کاملا ترای هارد جدی دارم انگار بهشون داشتن آوانس میدن جکی این پلی
to that fighting item. It's going to put some extra pressure on Daracho, maybe afraid of some ganks. As the supports are continuing to play around mid, that has been their MO. Ace going for the stacks. And it'll be low going through the gate with Naga here looking for the kill on Dyrachyo.
XM is low, and the supports are coming through. Both cores are getting ganked right now. Dyrachyo, he's going to make a run for it, but the Stampede is going to be catching up to him. The Stampede
یه دونه هم دو بنداز. ای وای ای وای تجاوز کردم بهش. داره اوت فلی میکنه، جدا داره اوت فلی میکنه.
XM is just taunting his way up and down this mid lane. As there's not enough lockdown to find him, that's a rolling thunder on cooldown.
And they're still looking for this kill, but the thing is, Azure Ray, they've been cleared up. Now their supports can rotate back into mid.
این دوتا دهن سرویس رو ببین چپ و راست وایسادن.
They lose the 50-50, but might get a Celery kill in return.
Yeah, Celery, he's being slow. Disruption into imprisonment, into more and more poisons. He's okay.
اونجا زمین میزد.
A lot of long range damage that can come out from these supports. And once again, another rolling thunder for Quinn that doesn't yield anything on these mid exchanges, so it's just going back to Ace farming up these ancients. Gonna try and get a very fast Beastmaster Ags, but he is getting outpaced by XXS right now. As he takes a tower, he's cutting waves. The Centaur is gonna be absolutely massive in this game. And then it begs the question of, can Ace run into the Centaur even if he gets a lot of acceleration here?
Got the roar, that allowed the silence to last through, and they get the last hit on Tofu for that kill.
Really important for the support levels here. Tofu needs the extra points. Grimstroke is not a hero you want to fall behind on. All of his spells are very valuable. Wouldn't be surprised to see him leech some of this ancient XP, honestly. So far, tempo has been stifled here for gaming. They're going to once more have to play from behind as a 3k gold lead at 10 minutes for Azure. Did not think many people would have bet on this team winning laning phases.
They're just not letting XM alone. Celery doesn't even care if you know. Here, bounty rune for Quinn. There is one thing about this, I mean, stacking up all those ancients, there's no real fear of Azure Ray's
انشنتار هنوز 600 تا عقبه. اونم که افتاده جلو به خاطر اینکه انشنتار زده این چیزا. بیسمستره. بیسمستره صرفاً به خاطر زدن این استکا جلو افتاد. هنوزم آفلای این طرف چقدر جلوتره؟ 100 تا جلوتره با این که استک مستک هم نزدم. اینم استک دارم فکر کنم. اینم استک بزنه. نذاش آها ای وای
Gets in, gets an arcane rune too, so that is great for him.
Solid turnaround for Quinn.
چیزا دید استکا رو دید.
Thunder that's not used aggressively. A little sad, but arcane rune.
سر همون استکا به کار میدید بالاخره ها. نکن این کار.
Points on OD. He's not doing that much first damage. That's what the hero plays.
They smoke up and they're going for the stack right now, the ancient stack. They see this and they see XXS farming away.
Celery was scouting out on the backside.
He does have Stampede though. XXS can easily get himself to safety, but he instead takes the wrong. It is going to get chain stunned up a little bit. The Stampede goes down. He makes a break for it. The ghost. It's a close call, but he's in.
سیوش داد حاجی سیوش داد جدی ها.
Doesn't quite finish him off the kill.
And that'll finish up his blink. Costly kill to miss here.
5 نفر جمع شدن سر استک. تو که زورت نمیرسه تو برای چی اومدی بدبخت.
They really wanted to pick off into guaranteed control here.
This is a slow steal. I mean, there's no Beastmaster here. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, unless you want to just fight with the Chrono, but it's a glove of haste.
خیلی هم نتونستن یه استک بزنن. استک هم افتاد شخص خودشون. 4-5 تا یونیت ازش داده. آیا که داره مثل چیف ها میکنه. فقط وقت این وید بدبخت رو گرفتن.
But Naga is pretty debilitating for this hero as well in terms of just the man fight, so
yeah, fast enough Orchid
بیسمستر یه جوری کار میکنه انگار کریه این بیسمستره بیسمستر طرف خیاره اون وسط راچیو
kind of going to be Ace versus XXS in terms of top laners dictating the course of battle.
Another win for Gaming Gladiators in the rune luck. They get an amplified damage rune for Quinn.
Nice one. Though he's still trying to finish the fusel, right?
Yeah.
این شب بیار باز شده الهی
Thunder and the fusel gets delayed and
دوم در آوردی دوتا گیم.
Lowers his damage output significantly. I mean, this is what the hero's about diffusal.
تو سه تا گیم دوم در
Think of that
آوردی.
first Pango game that we saw. Like, he was 7K net worth at 14 minutes, right? He was where low is right now, so it's a big exchange in terms of tempo. Given some time.
تلاش میکنه برگرده بالا.
They're gonna 3-man smoke 2 cores, a Witchblade for the OD and Blink for XXS online, so they have the initiation.
هنوز داره استک میزنه. هی میزنه استک میکنه
You
میزنه.
have to know this is where Ace is, right? Where else is Beastmaster gonna be on the map? It's one of the 2 ancient camps.
Yeah, they may
willing to take that fight.
They went to the lane instead, and as a result, the
دلاری رو
smoke is gonna
گرفتن.
crash into Celery
تجاوز
instead
کردن
of
بهش.
allowing them to get up into that triangle area and catch Ace out.
So that's a tank right there. He is
پاور هم
purposely
میکنه.
screening Ace from the smoke, trying to get this Axe done. He is 50 gold off.
کم مونده یکم دیگه چیزش میاد منتاش میاد. منتاژه.
Could be a nice tower to get down for Azure as well. Open up those ancients. Make Ace's life a little bit harder. Yeah, East does not like losing this tier 1 before he takes yours. And you look at the towers right now for Azure. 2 of them are full. They can easily fight around these tier 1s if they want to, because they're just so damn high HP.
Yeah, Gaming Gladiators, usually it's their MO to take towers before 10 minutes. In fact, they're the team who's taken the most towers at this tournament, way ahead of anybody else. But here, they've been stifled a bit. Haven't been able to take any tier 1s, and it's Azure who've
بذار ببینیم
gotten 2.
کجا دارن میرن این
And all
سه
that
تا.
space, not only is it bad for Beastmaster, right, but it's great for Naga Siren.
Oh, yeah.
Push the lane in deeper and deeper with those illusion.
Low still playing up here because they know they can take the fight around this tier 1. They have so much counter initiation. This is the test for Ace. You just try and push the tier 1 straight up. You feel that strong on Beastmaster with this Ags right now. Fusel coming out for the Pangolier, so these are your 2
آقا نمیشه
early
گرفت
fighting
بیسمستر.
items. Want to get the fights out of this. If you're not strong
First
enough
victim,
now, it just feels awful, right?
Yep.
You're gonna have to force it at some point. Azure can take that fight if they want to. They have all their ults up.
Got a pretty potent combination in the Song of Siren into Stomp plus Supernova. There's like a lot of setup abilities that Azure can benefit from. But that would also put those abilities on cooldown, put them in a team fight that they may not win. They're going to take the safer route here. And it seems like they're just going to get more efficiency on.
تو که فعلا جلوتر اینا.
Not that fast. There's Naga illusion stalling it up a bit.
مازوری فعلا تو که جلوه.
Tower has taken a while to bulldoze down, and like you said, they're just farming the whole map, right? Q pushing in bottom, XXS farming enemy jungle right now. He is closing in on a Shiva's, by the way.
همه جا رو راست میگه دارن فار میکنن
And
مثل
XM
چی.
gets to clear through the ancients because they don't have an ancient dependent carry. So very efficient on the map right now from Azure as Gaming are just going to 5-man, and this tower's still not taking damage.
Yeah, John Ming managed to finish off that wave pretty easily. Got Gaming Gladiators to try and go on him. Now Ace is like, okay, we've got a siege wagon. This is a must take right now. Can't let them delay this any longer. But boy,
اکثر دمیج رو
Azure
بزنه
got
دیگه
a
با
lot
چیزش.
of space on the map. Look how around the map.
Oh,
Everybody's farming something.
Yeah, it made him work for it. It'll be Shiva's for Ace. No surprise there. This is just a go-to item at this point. And should be pretty damn nice on him, right? Shiva's Ags, you get the extra spelling
ایس
from
میخواد
this.
چیز بگیره.
Only
انداخت
the
اینجاست
drum and the
بگیره.
axes are doing a lot more work. Gotta be a really nice timing for him as he's still having a very smooth
نه
game
کوین
here.
بیچاره یکم رفت
Looking for the
بالا.
backstab in the tier 1, so Gaming deciding now's the time to just start bulldozing his towers. Can't blame him. Try and free up the space for Daracio
Angulier
versus Low in this carry on
بدبخت.
carry space
Radiant's
battle.
bottom tower is under attack.
This is also the part in the game where OD can feel a bit awkward because he doesn't have the mobility item, he doesn't have the
Oh.
BKB.
Daracio's going for it, but look at the Q! He
What
made
the
this
fuck?
read. He's gonna bait it out and then disruption purge onto
اونتی
Daracio.
هم
Now he's in
خورد.
trouble. He has to use some time walk to get up to the high
الان
ground.
وقت اوضاع بد شد الان.
Right there. Quinn, he needs
Hey.
to be able to stop this damage, but it doesn't come quick enough. Daraccio gets
چه کاری بود خدایا.
Quinn will do what he can, but the supernova
چرا
is
این
there to be
کاری
able to
کرد؟
cover him. XXS is not going down easy.
He's holding song on Lu too. He's thinking about the catch.
Ace,
Whoa.
he still feels strong, still wants to take this fight, charges forward, but instead
اینجا رو ببین. حاجی عجب پایتی شد. هر یه دونه اشتباه این بدبخت همه به گاه رفتن. کوین رو دیدی اینجا چی کار؟ یه تجاوزی به کوین اینجا صورت گرفت همین نقطه.
Oh man, Gaming are in trouble now. This is game 5. The pressure's on. You're making a forced chrono play. I mean, again, you're playing into a 5 save lineup. You just don't see enough heroes on the map. He had the ward bottom, so I guess he saw some, but Jin-Q is just ready for it. And that's all she wrote, right? Now you're in cleanup mode. There's not enough damage in the tank here because Ace has to run to this fight. The fight was not around the Beastmaster, it was around this Chronosphere. That is not what you want right now. And all of these ults got some decent value out for Azure. Protect the center multiple points. Stall up the Beastmaster here with a nice disruption. You get the aura on the backside, allows a second stomp to come through, and that Eclipse Sunray just, it's devastating, right? I don't think Ace got to right click anything in this entire fight.
یه جوری مثلا پلی میدادم فکر میکردی اصلا اینا هرالد کروسیدرن یه تیم دادن اومدن جلوی جیجی دارن پلی میدن این مچ اول دوم.
Particularly for Dotao, who came into this saying, this is going to be an easy 3-0. Well, here they are, now in a game 5, down 7,000 net worth.
اشکی افتادن جلو.
Perhaps as Azure have swung all the momentum in this series, taken the wind out of their sails, and like you said, they are at a significant deficit right now, facing a scary scaling lineup with a Naga Siren that can cut the waves, stall the map.
Yeah, you might feel good about the fact you've got a faceless
فشار که باشه حرکت
but
اشتباه هم
Naga Siren is
میکنه.
just such a good counter.
But that's the thing, do you? That was the upside of all of these later picks for Azure. You have so many saves for the Chronosphere. Yeah. It is not a straightforward faceless void game at all.
You're going to get controlled by nets. You're going to get countered on the Chronosphere every which way. Disruption, song, imprisonment. Hell, even just like Sunray is massive.
And that's a fight where Azure got to use their ults, and they didn't get punished for it. They got to farm the map.
استک میکنم براش. همون استک کرده بودم اومد زد. این کتیف داره شادو دیمنه از ناگاه ایلوژن میگیره میفرسته توی چیزه. فارم اینا رو میزنی.
You could see gaming gladiators playing more and more scared.
They're just waiting for the Shivas on Ace. That's it. I mean, all your cards, man, right here.
کل امیدشون بستن به این چیزه. آیس بستن. بیسمستر واقعا میتونه بیسمستر کار رو در بیاره یعنی اینقدر بهش امید داریم.
The upside is the objective taking for Azure is absolutely terrible, right?
True, yeah.
So like, you're not too worried about getting your towers or Roshan bulldozed down. You have some time in that sense to set up the proper fight, maybe get a good rune to do it. Haste for Quinn will definitely help.
Good positioning by Low.
اینجوری
Deep onto the enemy side of the map where he
پنازم.
can cut waves.
Yeah, this is the Naga dream.
He can clean up both mid and bottom while hitting neutrals.
Every time Gaming have to come back to clean these up, it's a move that they can't make. That's the part that's so frustrating. They want to get the brawl going right now. Possible. There's blink daggers coming out for Azure too. There's a blink on Jin-Q, so he's kind of hard to catch. The blink on the OD.
اسمت کردم این ببین چه جوری میکنم چی کار میکنم آره چه رخ بدم.
Look at him. He's breaking smoke and blinking away.
What do you do versus, right? Your catch is pretty damn limited. It's Ace walking in and roaring somebody. That's your catch. Well, it's not that large cast range wise. Feels like you need some more jump here. Blink dagger, shadow blade, I don't know, something to find something on this map. Right now, Azure seems like they're happy scaling here.
آره نگاه چیزی اورچید گرفته. جالبه. نیکسش هم میخواد بره.
Gaming gladiators, they got to get something soon. Looks like they're going to set up around Roshan, but Azure.
اسمو که 4 نفری میزنم. ببینیم اسمو که اینا چجوری در میکنه.
They have level 2 egg. The thing to keep in mind here, if Ming can get in there deep, there's not a lot of heroes that are happy up for it into the Shiva, Stomp Centaur, into the sleep that can save it.
رفتن روشان برو حاجی برو
backfire really hard versus the AoE from Azure.
Dotao placed up on the high ground. He sees this coming. Time dilation. Time walk down. Gaming gladiators won't be caught by surprise inside the pit.
ای با اولین تارگت ساپورت سنتار مرد ای وای سنتار مرد سنتار کشته بد شد بشه اولتی باز کنه تموم شده کارش اولتی باز کنه تموم شده زدن ناگارم زدن بک برید ناگا مرد ای وای کوکونو رو اونجا باز کرد. باز کرد ولی سیف شد. بکنش تو زمین یا خودتو بکن تو زمین. در نمیری تو داداش. آره واقعا یه همچین پایپی میخواستم برگردم بگی جی قشنگ کامبک زد با این چیزه از 8 برگشت به 4 که الان این روشان هم بزنم فکر کنم میشه دو کی شد.
All of a sudden, Ace just has a free fight, and this fight's over at this point. It's cleanup time. As saves don't do anything for you when you have lost the initiative. Aegis on the Pangolier. Huge amount of gold going into Ace's pockets. Absolutely massive turnaround. Almost 6K off that single team fight. That could have gone horribly wrong when you jam yourself in the corner like that. There's a lot of AoE ults.
This is why this team is so tough to be able to bring down in best of fives. They always find a way to be able to make some decent team fights work for them. They had the correct read on how to make that one. Azure, they're gonna have to do a little bit better. And then that we're bleeding. Now they're going for Quinn, but the Orchid, oh, just like half a second too late. So close to getting that pick off.
یکم سری میزد.
Taking away that Aegis, taking away that advantage.
Now that 5-on-5 for Azure doesn't seem as confident as before, right? You injected a lot of gold in these gaming cores. It's gonna be low going for an Infernal Shroud.
کجا ساختم میگم ساختم کجا گذاشتم.
I thought it would have just been hard or
آدم کسی ویژن اینا رو داره الان.
Very good versus magical burst damage. In theory, can help him fight the Beastmaster here, deal with some of the Pango and Grim spells coming out in the middle of the fight. It is a weird item on this hero. Not one I've seen a lot. We'll see if he can make it work. I mean, if it keeps him alive, that's great, but it does not deal any damage here, right?
No.
And the question is, how are you killing Ace if he gets to this BKB? And that fight might have just gotten him there. It's going to be close to having it for the next fight.
I thought surely, like, Art straight into Bloodthorn, all of a sudden your damage is intense low.
Uh-oh, BKB Butterfly, some route like this.
They have the scan on him. They know he's here. They see his illusions popping out. They're going to try and chase him down. Although now he knows he's being hunted as well. Looks like he's going to be okay. Wrong illusion here.
Right now it's Azure trying to restabilize his game and catch up to the next set of items. Ags and BKB for XM is something that's going to change the team fight a lot. It's going to let the OD go and actually get damage out, save people more reliably. It's a big shift as well as the heart on XXS, just up the HP levels to where the spell damage coming out from gaming isn't enough to put them over the threshold. In fact, it's an Eternal Shroud for him too. So Azure just identifying that gaming pretty dependent on the spell damage right now. They're trying to mitigate it as much as possible.
Also help them a little bit with the mana that's coming out from this Pango.
Yep.
Azure taking 2 lanes at once here. Some advantage that they kind of will always have, while Gaming Gladiators have to make more of a 5-man commitment to take a tier 2. They'll get it. How far do they go, though?
Getting some utility on their supports as well, which was pretty vital in a lot of their earlier wins.
ببینیم فعلا که اینا دارن ساید لینا رو پوش میدن. اومدن پایین دفنس هم دادن.
XXS's life is not that straightforward anymore. Going more and more down to placements, right? Where does the egg go off? How many heroes are trapped in it? Who does this eclipse hit? Doraccio all alone in no man's land.
ای وای سریع صافو چیز باز کردی دهن تو.
The save from earlier, but that guy is
Blinks in. A song also used, which makes things a little bit more awkward. BKB gets off on Doraccio. He's gonna go for it. It was close. 108 Doraccio lives, though.
I mean, this guy's taking aggressiveness to a new level, right? That is an absolute solo play on their side of the map with 5 heroes off the map for a 2000 HP awesome arcade Shadow Demon. I respect the balls on this man. He barely gets out of there with BKB intact, life intact.
That now means Chronosphere on cooldown, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down Gaming Gladiators, who, playing around Quinn, feel confident. With 45 seconds left on the Aegis, they take another tier 1, look to take another tier 2. Azure say, yeah, you can have it.
They're
Really take the
Dire's bottom tower is under
building into their scale items, right? It's going to be the Mjolnir for Dyrachio, the BKB is done for Ace, and that Act for Quinn. These are big damage items coming out. A lot of you just sit in the fight. They're going to start the poke here. 30 seconds still on this Aegis, but they want to take the fight anyway on the side of Azure. I feel like Dyrachio's not here, and guess what? He isn't. So you're going to get a 5-on-4 if you really want it.
استارت کردم فایتو آجی اونم بیکیبی داره نه گوشم چیزو میکشیم نه سیوش داد پنتا رو سیوش داد ولی کوین اگه جمع کنن از اون وسط فیس پری داری چیزو میزنن فیس دیگه چیز نداره نه بیکیبی داره هیچی نداره نه بیکیبی نه ای وای دوباره داره تیپی میکنه زنه تو من فکر کردم دیگه بیکیبی هم نداره کورنا نداره یه سریع پر شد تایمش
Beautifully kited with the saves. They make sure to not commit on the Beastmaster BKB. They bail XXS out at the right time. Another
بذار ببینیم میزنم آجی چه به درد میخوره دیگه گاردو میزنه قشنگ پیدا میکنه
pretty nice defensive fight all off of that top play from Dyrachio. He's not there with the team because he doesn't have BKB, he doesn't have Chrono. But it begs the question, should you be there with the rest of the game in a 4v5 where the ults are up for Azure and you're missing your best control spell? Dyrachio shows up just to leave. And it's costly, another 7k into Azure's pocket almost off that. Once more. That'll push XM to his next item, and this is where Outworld Destroyer becomes obnoxious because he's likely going to go for the Ags. He could offer the BKB here, but his Astrals are going to become a problem. And now he has the defensive Ags in terms of if he gets jumped. So if you go on anybody else, Astral's annoying. If you go on anybody, suddenly he has this, effective borrow time spell that goes off and gives him the shield.
Yeah, this is crazy. Somehow they have to be able to get a Chronosphere on the Naga, OD, and the Shadow Demon.
It's tough. It's very tough. That's why this game is not easy for Dyrachio, man. Maybe why he's trying to force these aggressive plays. Now, the one item I think is a big game changer for Demon is
تورنمنت رو
see
ببرم
what goes on. Celery. Not a bad
سلری
one. They're just rushing Hex on top.
این سی تازه چیز داره شارپ داره بیچاره سلری
Random utility item is going to change the course of the fight, right? But a Hex definitely could if you can get there. It's just going to be a while to get there. However, leading a fight off with double Soulbind and a double Hex, that's a way to play around these saves because you're going to force so many saves out initially. Suddenly you can start the Chrono Heroes afterwards. You can roar them afterwards. The more disables you get, the easier the fight's going to become. It'll be a smoke from Gaming, but it's instantly popped by Jin Q. He blinked out.
Almost the exact same spot where Jin Q posts up, breaks the smoke, sees some of the aggression from Gaming Gladiators, and gets away.
گیر دادم به ایلیون ها
On the map, man. So many of these games, it's not even the spell capacity that stands out. It's the map positioning. It's breaking the smokes, playing aggressively. He just knows his limits. He doesn't give anything up. Makes your game awful. And right now, Gaming are feeling it as it's another smoke foiled. That was the Mjolnir finish for Dyrachio.
Yeah, with the Mjolnir finish, a gem bot and a smoke used.
They wanted to
Gaming Gladiators really needed that to connect.
And now it's going to be a counterplay.
یه اسموک پنج تایی زدم
He can play a lot more aggressive on top of blood.
اولین قربانش سلری
Massive all of a sudden.
نه سلری نشد ای وای کوینو خفه کردم اون وسط کوینو خفه کردم اون وسط این طرف ولی دو تا ساپورت گرفتن ای وای جفت ساپورت ها رو گرفتن رنده کردم
The smoke break from Jin Q sets up the counterplay from Azure and they find 3 off him.
The gem gets it onto the courier?
Yeah, they rescued it. Tandem support courier rescue.
دو تا ساپورت هستن یه دونه جم میخواست خراب شه این کنار دیدی چه جوری گرفتن برگشتن دهنتونو یه جوری با رژه کنارم راه میرفتن داداش ساپورت کن بمب اتم افتاد زمین بردارش ای وای کلا بی مصرف شد ناغا هنوزم این میزه بنازم یه دونه اوکی مهدوی کیایی زد کوین داره اون وسط میزنه به هم ولی دیگه داداش تموم شد تموم شد. اودی پرید وسط یک منشو دو کرده. خیلی اگریسیو بود، خیلی اگریسیو بود، ولی ای وای فارتو در آورد حاجی. فایتو در آورد، فایتو در آورد. تموم شد. $1,000,000 رسید به $1,000,000 رفت آقا. تمومه داداش، تمومه.
There's a buyback coming up for Daracio, but what does he do with it? No chronosphere, no hope in the fight. That was a desperation.
چی کار میخوای بکنی بدون کرونا؟ راست میگه بدبخت. برای چی میخوای وای بر نگرد یزید تو، بر نگرد. البته کم مونده.
Trying to claim their stake in the twilight hour against the behemoth.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Has been
attack.
absolutely unstoppable by our team spirits.
They respect the buyback there from Daracio with some of the death timers running low. They say no
رفتن
need to
روشن.
push this anymore. They couldn't have gotten a second lane of barracks. Tier 2s were still up. Watch that fight again though. You could see Gaming Gladiators, they really were getting nothing out of this.
It's just so stretched, right?
Oof.
Celery's dead. Tofu can't get
چه
in here to combo
میزنه.
any of the spells.
ای
Every time they
وای،
throw out an ult, there's
ای
something
وای
behind it.
بلاتون
Messing with them
حاجی،
in a
بلاتون
4-mana
چه
clips off the
دمیجی
Astro.
میزنه. من
I thought
بلاتون رو برای
XM
چیزم
overextended. Just kidding, I have a save of
راجع
my
به
own.
پیل و اینا هم
There are
داشتم
no
فکر
easy
میکردم،
targets in
میگفتم
this game
خدایا
as XSS
بلاتون
finds
بگیر
all
برای
of the
پیه،
bomb.
با کوپیا
And once you
چجوری
start
میزنه.
getting run
بعد برای
once you're
ناگهان
on the
بگیری
drop,
همونه.
once the Beastmaster's
خیلی
off the
بد
playing
میزنه.
field, it's just cleanup duty. They are feeling it now. They are one more team fight away from breaking this team in a reverse sweep.
26 کی جلو 5 به 21. ببین چقدر تمیز پلی دارم واقعا به نظر. جالبش اینه دیروز حالا اینا تو مصاحبه فکر کنم بود، تو مصاحبه داشتن چرت و پرت میگفتن که داداش ما 3-0 میزنیم، ما 3-0 همه اینا رو میزنیم. اینا اصلا پلیر نیستن. کوری داشتم میخوندم برای این. اوه ای وای، ای وای کورنر رو باز کرد. آجی کورنر چی این داره قلقلکشو میده. کوین رو ببین گاری داری میرونه اون واسه گم شو بابا. تموم شد. ای وای تموم نشد هنوز تایمش. بزن فونیکس اولتیتو بزن تو رو اول پس. فونیکس رو کرد تو سیو داد. ای وای چه سیوی داد، چه سیوی داد حاجی. عجب فایتیه. ای وای چه سیوی داد.
can just take this tier 2. Barracks are gonna lie completely open for the taking.
And what's left in the tank here? You don't have a buy on Ace. You do not have a buyback on Quinn. This is a 3-on-5 with no chronosphere. Absolutely good.
کورنا هم داداش دیگه به دردت نمیخوره. کورنا رو بذار لب کوزه آبشو بخور.
You might not have a base by the time your heroes are back up. Azure Ray, they want everything here.
No ultimates, few buybacks, buildings dying rapidly. Demon Gladiators, they gotta put together a miracle here just to hold on.
I mean, we have seen them perform
هیچ
miracles.
چیزی داداش اینجا
The greatest of the entire
معجزه‌ای وجود نداره. تموم شد دیگه. نگاه شدم بیکیوی زدم. آه ببینم اتک بده بیناموس. اتک بده من به تخمم اتک بده. آره چون گردن کلفتی خاصی داره اصلا سنتاره.
XXS can feel they are just moments away from being able to take this best of 5 to turn this series around.
داشت تموم شد دیگه. داشت تموم شد. شل کنید. هیچ کی انتظار اینو نداشت. هیچ کی انتظار بردشو نداشت. اینجا رو سیوش. تموم شد دیگه، تموم شد دیگه. شل کن لذت ببره. چه تجاوزی کردن حاجی، چه تجاوزی کردن. بنازم حاجی، بنازم. آقا لایک و کامنت و سابسکرایب یادتون نره. مراسم جایزه رو هم میذارم براتون.
The twilight hour here.